Alright guys, so after it's dry, your cutting board is dry for over 24 hours. If you glue it Friday, it's totally dry, ready to go. Most of the clamps are taken out. So here, you're going to go through, you're going to scrape this out. We have scrapers in the hand tool cabinet. Put a little bit of an angle and rake really quick. It's going to be that nasty sound, but you'll get it real fast. Okay? You want to do both sides. Now, this is Austin's here. You look, it's got a little bit, it's not perfectly even. Okay? There's a little bit, that's okay. That's what this is for. This is our planer. Now, our planer here, or servicer, as we call it too, this cuts, you guys can come a little closer. This cuts from the top down. Okay? Everything this does, it cuts from the top down. The other thing that it does, it will give you two parallel surfaces, which means the top and bottom will be parallel to each other every time that you do this. Now, also when you run this, actually I'm not going to use dust collector, so when you run this, you'll actually have to run the dust collector. Some of you guys heard it on Friday running, keeps everything sucked up. Now, to set this up, I know when you do handle on this, so I gotta get that ordered. You're going to turn this. Now you have a wheel right here. It actually has a down arrow and an up arrow. If you turn it to the left, it's going to move this table down. Okay? It makes it wider. And move to the right, it brings the table up. This is the only thing that moves. This one, remember we said we can't make adjustments while the machine's running? This is one that you can because you have to do that. Okay? So we're going to crank this down to the left. So it's down there. You want this little black piece of plastic here, just about or just barely touching your board. Now, a couple things for safety on this. One, you have an in-feed table and you have an out-feed table. This is the danger zone right through here, where there's issues. Okay, the cutter head sits right in the middle. On this side, and the front and the front of it and behind it are called what's called pressure rollers. They're actually going to push down onto your material so it will go feed through the machine. If you have your hand underneath this, it will pinch your hand. It does not feel good. You'll actually hear sometimes slap down, okay, especially on some of the bigger stuff. So make sure that you do not put your hand underneath of your board. The other things you need to do, your hand is not going past this point. There on the front and past this point on that. On the outfeed, in-feed outfeed. This machine does not know what is wood or material and what is flesh and bone. If you put your hand in there, I will show you what it will look like. Okay, what wood chips look like when it comes through here. Okay? This is they're wood chips now. Okay, I'll go through kind of what that is. So you'll go through and see this. It is, I don't care how good the hand surgeon is, you're not getting that finger or hand back. Okay, I don't care how good they are. Alright? So, how many of you guys watch old 80s war movies, like Top Gun and stuff like that, right? What they have you always do is arm the missiles. Get the arm the missiles, turn stuff. That's what you have to do here. Right now, if you see that red light, that means one, the power is on in the room, and two, you have to turn this clockwise just a little bit to pop out. This machine is now ready to go. You have to arm it, arm the missile. The light just went out. Change it to these lights. So all you're gonna, so this is all set, ready to go. This is ready to go. If I was running this all by right now, I'd have the dust collector on. I want you guys to hear what I'm saying, so we're not gonna have the dust collector on. So as I run this, you'll turn this on. Full speed. Now, I'm gonna push this through. There's the wood chips what it looks like as it comes out. Notice, I don't care how good of a surgeon it is, I'm going back together. You're going to be all broken. Okay? Okay? Till it's perfectly flat on the one side. Then you're gonna flip it over, and you're gonna run it through on the other side, till it's perfectly flat. When it's perfectly flat on both sides, I'll cut them, square it up, and you guys can start doing, we'll show you how to use the sander. And also tomorrow, we're gonna go over the joining, which is that machine right now. Remember, I refer to this as BFF number 1, BFF number 2. These machines you will use, those two machines you will use on every single project. And even the big sander you will use on pretty much every project that you do in here. So that way everything gets a nice coating and being sanded down before you go over the fire. Okay? Remember, do not get your hands underneath your board. Do not get them past here. The minimum length that something can go through this planer, I want it to be at least 12 inches long. Okay? And you always go with the grain of the wood. So I'm not going to run it through this way, one won't fit, and two is going to bust out. You do not want to go against the grain. Anything that's plywood, we're going to talk a little bit about plywood. There's different layers in plywood. You don't run plywood through here, because it's just going to chip out, and then it's going to break my teeth. Because this actually has hundreds of teeth in it. Little square teeth that I change every once in a while. Right now I'm trying to get the most out of them without ordering them, because they're expensive. Okay? With the grain always, don't go across the grain. 12 inches long is what the minimum has to be. Now, I've run stuff that's been 10 inches, but it's also tells you 10 inches out here, but I can do it. I usually push it through it. So. Okay? Questions, comments, concerns? Okay. Go ahead, start straightening, get with your partners. You got partners, and start running these through the planer. Alright, go to work. Clean up.